work, so I'm doing it on my phone because I want to get this down. I've been thinking about this concept for this movie forever, forever, and it was easy to do because it's loosely based on my life. Now, the concept of the movie, if you haven't read the description, is the movie is called Choices, and the concept is that you make the choices that determine the outcome. It's kind of like what they did on Netflix with Bandersnatch, which I'm giving them a little bit of credit for. But the story is a realistic story. It's a story, a true story. It's loosely based because there's got to be some action and some other stuff that I leave out of it. But it's going to be loosely based on you getting a decision to make your choice of what happens. You see, here in America, or United States rather, there's a big divide between black people and white people. The reason why is because people don't have empathy for what they don't know. This movie will give all people from all ethnicities the chance to go through life as a young black man from Newark, New Jersey, and come up to the problems and issues that he had growing up, and then make a choice that you would make. You see, once you make a choice, it's going to be different paths that you can go on, and this choice, whatever each choice you make, is going to take you closer to a certain path. There'll probably only be like three different outcomes just to shorten the time of the movie pitch, but it's going to be loosely based on my life as a young black man growing up in Newark, New Jersey in the 90s, which is considered a rough time, and dealing with things from gangs, uh, not having a father in a life, and mother being in and out the hospital for bipolar schizophrenia, losing friends, uh, everything, man. Like, and it's better for someone who isn't famous to go through this because more people can relate to this. More people will, I believe, more people will be able to relate to this movie. And I think this movie will do amazingly. I'm not trying to release it in like a movie theater or anything like that because the movie theater doesn't allow people to make their individual choices and show and get their individual ending. But something like what Netflix did, where they had you made a choice and it showed a different way. But it's easy for me to break down more details when I get accepted, or if I get accepted to a pitch to really sit down with somebody and tell them my story and really um, give them a breakdown of how I think the movie should go. And if you don't know about me already, and this is your first time ever hearing about your boy FRE Fresh, just go to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel just shows the last maybe 15 years of my life. I'm 35 now. This would only work for someone who's actually grown up already and is at an age where there's still more in his life or her life to go on, and but there's been a lot that went on in their life, and I think I'm at that age where I can fully be the person to do that. Uh, Once again, the movie is called Choices, and it just chronicles the choices that I had to make to get to where I'm at, and it gives people of all ethnicities, white people, it gives black people, it gives Spanish people, it gives Asian people, it gives all Indian people, all ethnicities a chance to live life as a black man growing up in Newark, New Jersey in the 90s and make the choices to see if your outcome becomes my outcome or if it's different. You see, this movie is bigger than just a movie. This movie allows you to understand empathy because now you're putting yourself in that man's place literally. You're literally putting yourself in this that man's place and deciding what you're going to do. I know it's a crazy concept. You're like, oh my God, all black people are the same. And, for all the people that say, oh, if that was me, I would have made another choice. But people don't know the choices. This movie that I want to create, that I'm pitching to you, whether it's Netflix, Tyler Perry, whether it's Spike Lee, whether it's Universal Studios, whether it's whatever, and you can look at my YouTube if you really want to see how intricate and how wild and how amazing my life has been for the last 15 years. Now, the last 15 years don't really explain the major parts that happened in the first. I'm going to make this 10 minutes long and then I'm going to stop because I think anything longer than a 10-minute pitch, you can bring me into your office and I'll break it down to you guys. It's an amazing thing that I think a lot of people would catch on to. I was just watching the Dolomite. My Name is Dolomite by Eddie Murphy. That was an amazing thing, and it kind of inspired me to finally give out this pitch because I've been thinking about this pitch for a long time, and I said I didn't know where to do it. I mean, and I used to do music. I used to do rap, but then I realized that music put me in a box. It put me in a limited what I could produce and what I would be seen as. But YouTube gives me the opportunity to um, give show you my whole life, and then allow you to take what pieces apart that can help you on your journey. Now that comes to that's exactly why once again I'm gonna keep repeating it. The name of this movie that I'm yeah, that was good. The name of this movie that I'm pitching to the whoever you're seeing. I mean, like I said, I said the names. Anybody that wants to help me support this movie, like as far as a network, I will sit in your office gladly. I'll take the day off of work. I'll sit in the office and I'll pitch this to you fully. I don't want to give the full pitch because there are details that I want to make sure I keep for when I get or if I get an opportunity to pitch it to a major studio, a major production. The name of the movie again is called Choices, and it's based on loosely my life growing up in Newark, New Jersey, in the '90s with gangs, guns, drugs, Catholic school, public school. Like I have a life that is not just a one-way life. So it's not like everything was bad and it's not like everything was good. Good. I grew up without a father, and my mother was in and out the hospital for mental issues. But at the same token, my mother was the strongest figure in my life, and she is a great woman. Um, my grandfather helped me out in any aspect that I needed to know as a man. My aunts, my uncles, they all chipped in. Even my bros from around growing up, like really taught me things that I wouldn't know if since I didn't have a father. But the whole thing is choices, and I think this movie will bring Americans. Let me stop saying Americans. This movie will bring United States citizens of all different ethnicities together because now you can make the choices as a young black man growing up in the hood that sees what your outcome is. Now, if their outcome turns out bad, they may have a little more empathy. If their outcome turns out good, they may be more confined. They may be more convinced of their way is the right way. But to get someone to show that it's all about choices and give you the opportunity to make that decision, that's powerful. So if you've seen this, just my contact information, theflyboyway at gmail.com. If you want, you can hit me on Twitter or all social media platforms, and I'll tell you more about my pitch. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.